Something that was real. Something that they could see and touch. Creation is an act of sheer will. Life will find a way.
We can't keep her here forever.
They find her, we're never gonna see her again. We gotta protect her, that's our job.
Humans and dinosaurs can't coexist. We created an ecological disaster.
Ellie Sattler.
Alan Grant.
You didn't come out all this way just to catch up now, did you?
You coming or what?
We're racing toward the extinction of our species. We not only lack dominion over nature, we're subordinate to it.
Come back.
I always come back.
That's another plane, right?
Not exactly.
Don't move. Bigger. Why do they always have to go bigger?
Hello and welcome to Jurassic Paleo Cretaceous. Welcome to the park. Yes, welcome. Yes, give us your best T-Rex.
I'm not even going to embarrass myself.
Come on, it'll be fun. You just gotta have the little thingies down the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Okay, so hopefully everyone at home is now doing the best T-Rex impersonation. Just hold your fingers out and give it the old...
Yeah,
Oh, sorry, the actual proper one. Yeah, there we go.
That's all we needed.
Yeah.
Hi. We've been away for a little while, but we're back now.
We took a
Yeah,
week
we had
off.
a week off. And I had 2 weeks off.
Yay.
wanted to.
It has been a week. It's been a little while. We went to watch a little film last week that was all about
Little
lightning.
independent film.
Just a little indie animated feature about some guy called Buzz. You know, Buzz.
A B
Buzz.
film. It was a B movie.
Oh God, no! It's the sequel
Oh,
to B
not
movie.
the B movie. Oh, no.
Creepy, weird, sexy B movie.
Yes, and thank you to everyone in the chat. Yes, I can see there, like, people are, like, Casper asking, how was Lightyear? You'll find out next week. We're talking about it
Yeah,
then.
we'll review it next week, but
Yeah.
We're also reviewing
up.
it and Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers at the
Yes,
same time.
at the
oh
same time.
boy, that was a movie.
But because we didn't do a show last week, you'll get 2 shows this week.
Yes.
So don't forget about that, because we're doing a Jurassic World Dominion for our sins tonight. And then we're going to
Okay.
talk about a little
Wow. Wow.
Yes.
we're going to talk about a little independent television show, Obi-Wan Kenobi, on Friday. Friday night. It's going to be Friday night. We're going to like let that, because tomorrow is the final episode. And, you know,
Oh yeah.
maybe I've got opinions on it.
Maybe. And I look forward to hearing you say, at the beginning of that podcast, hello there.
General Kenobi. Well, okay, we're not talking about that. We're talking about Jurassic World Dominion. The
Unfortunately.
sixth.
Wow. Jill's just playing her cards
I
straight out.
had such high hopes.
Is
Mhm.
it,
I had high hopes for the minute.
Is
Yep.
it the sixth film? Yes, it's the
Yes.
sixth installment of the
Yeah, okay.
Jurassic Park franchise, but the third film.
No, this is the
of
Jurassic
the-
World trilogy.
No, but the Jurassic franchise. Sorry.
Oh yeah.
I was going to say
sorry,
Jurassic, of which encompasses, and technically there is another other little film in there as well. So there's Jurassic Park,
Mm-hmm.
and then Jurassic Park Lost World, and then Jurassic Park 3,
Mm.
and then a very long gap, and then Jurassic World. Jurassic World. Oh God, what was that last one called? Oh no.
Clone
No?
baby.
Why, come on, dude! The Jurassic World, Fallen Kingdom.
Fallen. Oh
Fuck's
God,
sake.
yeah, right.
How
So
did you
Fallen
not know that?
Kingdom,
It
and
fell.
then there was Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous, the quite
Oh,
entertaining animated
okay.
series on Netflix. And then there
there
was
was
a short film that was released ahead of this film.
Yes.
That is actually significantly better than this film.
That covers a lot of the plot points that they gloss
Yeah.
over very well in this
Oh.
film, which is kind of like, okay, so that explains how they got the T-Rex there.
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah.
like no, we did that as a teaser.
So there is a 10-minute short film called Jurassic World Battle at Big Rock that you can find on YouTube everywhere.
Okay.
It is really quite good.
Maybe it was because they like delayed the release of this for so long because of the, that thing,
COVID.
that whole thing.
That whole big thing.
Yeah. I mean, look, if there's one thing that we can like get from all of the Jurassic movies is that big corporations are evil.
Yes. And
And-
Yeah.
scientists are also probably evil.
But
Unless they're
redeemable?
chaos scientists.
But they're redeemable because you can
Chaos
do,
scientist / tech billionaire. So that's just automatically
So
evil.
science will
But
bring
yes,
us.
unless you're a chaos mathematician billionaire.
Yeah.
And then, well, yeah, you're pretty high. You're fine.
He's not a billionaire. He's got
no,
5
you're right.
kids to feed.
Okay, sorry.
Remember
Ian
that,
Malcolm
yes.
is not a billionaire. You are correct.
Oh wow. This is a very interestingly dull film.
Yes. There
This
was
is-
too much talking, not enough slashing.
But when we did
Ah.
have the slash, okay, what did I say? What did I say when I think when I came out of it, I was like, we have reached underground fight club of the
Yes!
Jurassic movies,
Yes!
and
Yeah.
I
I
was
was
so
like,
happy.
I was like, oh my fucking god, we have. They've run out of so much material that they had an underground dino fight club, and I was like, well, that's where we
Not only that, but in a third world country.
What, Malta?
Poor
apparently,
Malta.
apparently Malta is a shithole.
Yeah.
Maybe Malta, if it's being accosted by dinosaurs on a daily basis.
Whereas, the rest of the world is apparently being assaulted by dinosaurs. But in Malta, the buildings are just there and the dinosaurs are all underneath them, which is just kind of because
Yes.
it's a mess. Anyway.
I know.
Yeah. There is a lot to dig into with this one.
Yeah.
Most of it is like digging into shit.
Yeah. Those big Triceratops turds from the first movie. Yeah.
Exactly. It's like reaching into that. And
I just can't believe that they literally just kind of wheeled out the old plot of the last movie. And we're like,
Yes.
and it's like,
Hang
everyone
on,
remembers
what?
the plot of the last movie, right? And we're like,
Okay.
whoa, no.
yeah, thank you. See, my biggest problem is, and we will get to a synopsis. We'll do a proper synopsis with all of the bells and whistles in a minute. My biggest problem when I started watching this fucking film is, I'm like watching it and I'm like, clone? What? I don't remember this shit.
Did you forget the little girl was a clone?
I forgot the little
She
girl.
was the only one that was able to like stop the dinosaur because she had dinosaur DNA. So
I
she's
have-
like got a connection with the dinosaurs.
apparently got no memory
the most fucking
whatsoever of the last film.
Stupidest part of the last movie.
I just remember watching
Yes.
it, and okay, my memory of the last film is very much so that. So the first Jurassic World, I was like, oh yeah, that was fun. That was basically same film, different rapper.
Yeah.
But then Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom came out, and I remember us going to the cinema, to watch it, and it was a big press screening, and they gave us a choc top, and they gave us a candy, and they gave us some lollies, and they gave us some, and I was like, oh, this film's gonna suck. They gave us a lot of shit.
There's a lot of food, yeah.
Yeah, there was a lot of food and a lot of toys and all that sort of stuff, and I'm like, oh no.
We can circle back around for that for Lightyear, because there's one
that was
an exception. Yeah.
Anyway, I liked what Peter Kanga said. Yes, the last one was Jurassic Home Alone. Perfect review. Like that's
I don't remember much of Fallen Kingdom at all. I do remember there was like they went to a scary house in the Midwest somewhere or something like that. And
it was John Hammond's partner.
That's Ghostbusters
in
Afterlife
a mansion, and he had cloned his daughter out of a dinosaur.
That's what they were saying. They were saying that the daughter was I remember the original like Jurassic World 1 park. They had to evacuate the dinosaurs to get them off there because the lava was going to destroy the island.
The volcano erupted.
I do remember that bit.
Yeah,
I remember the volcano erupting and them trying to get off the thing.
I absolutely love the fact that they managed to get the amount of investment required to start a whole park on that island based on the fact it had geothermic power, which allowed it to operate all of the bells and whistles. And yet 5 minutes later, it's like, oh, no, the volcano's going to explode. It's kind of like, so convenient for there. But then, in this one, it's just kind of like, I mean, last one was okay. They evacuated the dinosaurs, and instead of saving them, they sold them because why not make a profit out of shit? And that's literally the evils of what is it?
Except for that poor Brachiosaurus that was left on the dock as the ash surrounded it. Oh my God. I never thought I'd cry over a dinosaur.
I do remember that part. And I like it because that one led on to Camp Cretaceous, which is an entertaining animated series. So,
about Camp Cretaceous. We're not here to talk about the
Okay, I'm sorry.
We're here to talk about
should I do a synopsis of this film?
You just as long as we can
Dion,
can we just all agree with one thing before we get onto the synopsis? That the phrase Jurassic in any of these titles has completely been blown out of the water. Because now, on this film, it quite definitely goes, we don't give a fuck what time period. We're going to chuck shit that never interacted with other shit, and we're going to just mash them together because dinosaur. Right? Some of the dinosaurs have feathers. Other ones look like crocodiles. We don't give a fuck anymore. But we're calling it
I
Jurassic.
like the way they explained that, but we'll come back to that.
Yeah. Oh, did you want some?
Can I have some stirring music, please?
I can give you the. Oh no! Whoops, that's the wrong one.
No, that's this is not on Netflix, Dion.
I can give you that bit. Does that make you feel good? Or wait, I've got a better version.
No, I think more stirring. More stirring.
We'll get Richard Hammond. We can get.
Here we go.
Wait, hang on. Wait for it. We're gonna get the.
4 years after the destruction of Isla Nublar, dinosaurs now live and hunt alongside humans all over the world. This fragile balance will reshape the future and determine once and for all whether human beings are to remain the apex predators on the planet they now share with history's most fearsome creatures. No, they're not the fucking...
That is the perfect music to go with this film.
I
feel like
if they'd just played that at the start, I would have been like...
The first one is the stirring kind of like...
I love that bit.
And that just makes me happy.
And that the last film that we've just seen sounds like that harmonica. And everyone in it is like, are we really here? We're here because you said it's the last one, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Like I couldn't believe that in this one the dinosaurs look more authentic and engaged than Chris Pratt does.
Can I just point out that a lot of the acting in this movie felt like it was being done through about 2 weeks worth of constipation.
Either that or Tylenol or something, because there was a whole bunch of like, oh shit, dinosaurs, fuck. Okay.
Yeah, there was a lot happening, but it was all very slow.
I feel like
sedated.
I feel like everyone was feeling much like Sir Ian McKellen on the set of The Hobbit, going, "I just can't do it. What is this?
Stop making me talk to fucking balls.
There's nothing there." Oh dear. Well,
God.
oh dear.
It's yeah.
Oh dear.
there is a lot about this film that really isn't good. And let's flag that right from the start. There is a lot.
Oh yeah.
And the worst thing is that it invokes films that we did love. Like, it brings back characters from the first Jurassic Park. It invokes scenes. It reminds you of moments. It brings back other characters who were good guys, who are now bad guys, who are good guys, or whatever. And it does a lot of reminding you of the films that it isn't.
Oh yes.
I feel like
It's as if it's trying to pay homage, but it's just like, remember this bit? We're trying to do that again. It was fun.
Yeah. Hey, you remember this bit? This is us taking a shit on that bit. Okay. Yeah.
Well, not even taking a shit on it. It's just kind of like, look, it's the same. It's like, that's a piece of shit. It's like, no, it's the same. Anyway, look, I feel like this is the reanimated corpse of the Jurassic World thing. It's only because, and I know that it sounds terrible about it, because it is so I got so excited and so interested because I wanted to see the kind of interesting thing, and it sets up a few interesting things, but it never pays them off. It just keeps
what are the
adding
things that
more
you feel
shit
like
to it? What?
What do you think it was adding that you wished would pay off?
Oh, the premise. The thing that they started the whole stuff with at the end of Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, all of the dinosaurs got out and started taking over the world. And they literally did all of that in their preamble for the marketing of this film. Imagine a world where the dinosaurs are roaming free. It's like,
and you are living alongside dinosaurs.
And they do. They open the film with this whole idea that people are having weddings, occasionally being attacked by, I don't know,
pterosaurs.
Well, who knows what they are, because they managed to make them all like, just big enough to be slightly menacing, but not big enough to be like, we're now a prey species. Because, Jurassic World. And they kind of,
yet they can have a velociraptor in, the forests of Nevada, and it's totally okay. Just don't go camping. Like, what kind of logic is this movie on a planet filled with 9 billion people? I don't think anybody's just going to take, having apex predators in the wild laying down,
No.
Like...
I mean, America alone has enough guns to sort out the problem.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, it did a nice, like in this film, it did a nice thing where the Brontosaurus had gotten lost, and they just tried to lead it away. Like, that was interesting. But then when you start
a Diplodocus, but yes.
I don't know. Who knows? Big lizard saurus.
Dinosaurs.
They just throw names out willy-nilly, and I'm like, what's that called? That's a gigantus like saurus.
The Giga something saurus.
Gigantorus, or like,
big boy.
Nerf. Like all of that kind of thing.
And man, they were throwing a lot of dinosaurs around this time. They were like, but the thing that pissed me off is that there are millions of dinosaur species out there, and some of them are fascinating and interesting and really surprising and cool. Yet they keep coming back to the same shit, just in different sizes. So here's your T-Rex. Now here's your slightly larger T-Rex with some horns. Now let's go for the biggest.
The Allosaurus, yeah.
Yeah. And now let's go, like the ones that have got the spines on the back. I'm like, yeah, they're cool. Like they use those in Jurassic Park 3 though. And then no, the ones that look a bit like a T-Rex, but have the big with the frill.
Yeah.
Along the back.
Remember that in the tunnel where the lava was coming down, and then that was a cool shot. I mean, and also in this one they had more characters that we didn't even get to know.
Oh, God,
problematic. So many characters.
Like, it felt shoehorned. Like by now, okay, so everyone can very clearly and distinctly remember the dinosaurs from Jurassic Park. Like literally, it's like, hey, there were a few dinosaurs.
They were classics. They had some they ticked all the boxes. They're like, you remember that pack of 20 dinosaurs you got from the dollar store? We've got all of those.
Yeah. We've got some very recognizable ones that are in the park. And then because they've added more dinosaurs across the time, it felt like it got to this point where all they were doing is just throwing dinosaurs at the screen and then focusing down and go, remember this one, right? And you're like, hang on a second. You just introduced us to fucking 20 new dinosaurs that have just come into this film. And then for the like for the bits you want us to remember, it's like, hey, nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
Hey,
this
you
one's
remember
from the
these ones? You
first
haven't
one.
seen these since the first film.
You know, it's kind of like, oh, fuck off, guys. Come on. And it's the same thing with the actors. It's just like, oh wow, okay, more characters. Wait, we have a matched pair of new and old, and they meet together and they never gel, and nothing ever works, and they don't have any. They don't have any character meshing.
About making things work in chemistry, and there was zero fucking science in this chemistry. It was terrible. You've got characters that we love from when they first showed up, Ellie Sattler and Alan Grant and Jeff Goldblum, who doesn't have a name. He's just Jeff.
Ian Malcolm. Fuck.
No. He's just Jeff Goldblum.
Just Jeff Goldblum.
Well,
he's got two first names.
Yeah, whatever. I'm just like doing it. Yeah. But you've got those guys, and I love that somebody went, should we watch the first film and see what their character's like? Nah, fuck it. Let's just put some people in there, make them do goofy shit.
Should we
Do you think Sam Neill could have watched the first movie to remember what his accent was?
Oh no, we'll get back to
movies.
that. We'll come back. We'll come back. That's for the clip. That's a bit later. Also, could he not have watched Jurassic Park 3? Because he was in that one.
Yeah,
I know. This had real bad trilogy vibes.
Oh,
because Jurassic Park 3 was a shithouse movie as well.
It really was.
Hey, you leave Taya Leone alone. She was really struggling to scream about her son.
Was she also a pilot? Or
no, she was.
something?
She was a worried mother.
Oh, okay.
A very worried
the
mother.
son got lost on the island.
You know who I would have loved to have seen?
Because his dad's an
brought
asshole
back?
paraglider. Anyway.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. I would have loved to have seen the two kids from the first Jurassic Park.
They were in Jurassic Park 3 as well.
Were they?
Yes.
Are they dead now?
No, they were teenagers.
Okay. See,
Yeah,
Looked up drug addicts, maybe. I don't know.
Well,
That's what happens to child stars.
yeah, pretty much.
Harsh. Well, don't think they were. This is just kind of this one didn't feel like it was a movie because they were Colin Trevorrow didn't have anything to say. He just had to make a movie, and I don't understand why, and I don't think anyone really understands why. And
I also think that
disappointed
Colin
by it.
Trevorrow was hired to make a film, and he's like, "Yeah, but I'd really like to make a James Bond film or a Mission Impossible film." And they're like, "Well," he's like, "Can I?" And they went, "Well, as long as you put a fucking dinosaur in it somewhere." Okay, sweet. So I'm gonna go off and make that. And there are big sections of this that I'm like, this doesn't feel like a Jurassic World or Park film. This feels like the whole sequence in Malta feels like a Mission Impossible film.
Yes, that's what I got from the trailers, and I was explaining this movie to people, oh, it's dinosaurs are in the real world now. And I'm like, imagine a James Bond chase scene, but put dinosaurs in it. That's what I got from the trailer.
Yeah, and I was excited for that.
Yeah.
But when they tell you, but the dinosaurs are just velociraptors only twice as big, and they're laser guided.
Are they? Are they velociraptor? Yeah, okay, laser guided.
They weren't bigger than a velociraptor, but they were.
I think they were meant to be the next size thing up.
They
No,
weren't
they're
bigger.
No, there was other sort of raptor. They're kind of like pit bull raptors. That's what they look like to me.
They're just angry.
Yeah, the science and logic around that laser guided thing just didn't quite work.
God bless.
Because there were moments in that scene where the dinosaurs weren't looking at the people that had the laser dot
they were
on
looking
them,
at- they
but
were
yet
looking
they
at the
started
stick.
to chase them.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
and
that's-
they're also guided by a logic of they can only run as fast as what they're chasing.
Absolutely. Unless they need to get ahead of them a little bit.
Oh no,
Yeah.
they
They can run. They can keep up with a motorbike, but they can't run faster than a woman on a rooftop.
I love that. It was a great point.
Also, I love that dinosaurs, even though they were, around for 65 million years or whatever the fuck it was, and managed to rule the planet quite successfully, but they apparently have the slipperiest feet in the entire world ever. They have the cornering of something
Of
on
a combi
ice.
van.
Yeah, it's just like every corner, slide, smack into the wall, now run forward. And you're like, oh.
Well, it's like when my dogs used to run on the tiles and they try to take the corner. Oh, the little click clack of their toenails trying to get around that corner. That's what it
No,
reminded me
it's-
of.
Yeah.
I mean, but God bless us getting to see a new character involved in the Jurassic franchise of Deacon Lockman, just turning up to be like, I'm
Good
the
old
laser-guided Velociraptor queen. Anyway, I've done my part. Bye now.
Yep.
Disappears.
I-
Nothing happened.
Total of one scene and she's
She's gone. Didn't
Thank
even
I-
get a
I
good
lo-
Velociraptor death.
No, I love that. I loved it in the pitch meeting where it's like, there's going to be a person. Is she important? Nope.
you.
She's gone
She'll
now.
come back later. No.
Nope. She's gone now. Like,
Yep. Just
we
like
need-
random security guard at the end. Oh, here's another character. Is he important? No.
Mm. Oh, okay. Just those.
Do we get a name for him? No.
No. Those are Atrociraptors.
Atrociraptors.
Like
Yes,
So
they
the
were.
ones that are chasing them
atrocious.
around through Maltas.
They were
Malta?
atrocious, Quinny. They are very
Mhm.
definitely atrociraptors, and as Jill you pointed out, could only move as fast as the thing they're chasing, which makes them terrible animals.
Well, I always remember the guy who wrote Babylon 5, J. Michael Straczynski, when asked how fast are the white stars, he said they move at the speed of plot. So do these
Yes.
dinosaurs.
Yes,
So do
yes.
the dinosaurs.
Watch out, they're going to catch you. No, they won't.
No, they won't. They're
won't.
always
So-
just going to be just behind.
You're on the poster. We're not going to
Yeah.
catch you.
Speaking of another character that was not important to have even been introduced properly to anybody
Yes.
in the story
Oh,
was
yes.
the pilot called
What is her
Kayla.
name?
Kayla. Oh.
Kayla.
Her name
where
is
you
Kayla,
heard it for like 1 microsecond and then that was it.
but she's in literally every scene from when she's introduced to the end of the movie, and that
Yeah.
was the thing that freaked me out. Like
Her
that
name was
whole
said
thing. I'm like,
once.
what's your name? She'd meet new characters, and they're just
Yeah.
like, "Hi, we just get you coming along." It's like, great. I'm like, cool. I'll just say a name, right? Like, nope,
Nope.
No.
nope. You're here now.
Yep.
Okay, integral to the plot. Never seen before. Never seen again. Quite a cool character.
I
Yeah.
didn't mind the character, but I had a real problem with the fact that she was introduced late into the film.
Mhm.
Like, there's been a solid third of the film that's gone by where we've been following either the Jurassic Park 1 characters or the Jurassic World characters, the clone that nobody cares about, or complicated plot shit with the bad guys. And then, I don't know, nearly halfway through the film, it's like, here's another important character that you probably need to know. And I'm like, cool, why?
Do you know what troubled me the most about it?
Mhm.
Was that I'm like, out of a cast that is 95% white, that is how they chose to treat their black female character, with a barely spoken name, never gets introduced to anybody else, just there as like fodder,
Yeah.
cast fodder.
I mean,
They were careful in making sure that she didn't die. You know, that she was given heroic status and everything, but
She's
at the
cool.
same time,
I liked her. She was a
She-
good character. She was interesting.
I
just
liked her.
thought,
I wish
"Who
that
are
they'd given
you?
her more to do.
What is
Yeah.
your name?
They
especially like,
honestly did not need to have Laura Dern and Sam Neill come back when you had a whole bunch of other cast characters in this movie that you could have done more with.
Look,
I mean, you get to your friggin' crescendo in the story and you've got 7 people running around doing stuff. It was too many people.
Yeah,
It's too many-
absolutely.
Well, I
and
mean,
you
this
can
is-
tell that from the fucking posters, because posters
Mm.
are struggling to work out who to put where.
it's one of those ones. I mean, no, the poster that they've got is just the Tyrannosaurus in the circle.
Yeah, well,
I mean,
there are multiple versions of that poster, and there's one that I love, which is it's almost like a poster pointing out the patriarchy to you,
yeah.
because it starts with Alan Grant at the top, and then goes down to somebody else. I can't remember who it was, and then there's Chris Pratt in the middle. But then as it goes down, the women sort of fall off to the side.
They
And I was
just
like-
trickle away.
I was just like, fucking
Okay,
really? Wow.
And to wrap this up before we get to the spoilery section, because just to help progress this along, there are 2 plots to this film, and they both
Yeah.
start off and they literally run parallel, and then they meet up, and they meet up in the worst kind of way because it feels just mushed together for no good reason.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
It's like when you
then-
try to make your dolls kiss. It just
Yeah.
doesn't want to happen.
and then at the end of it, we're like, guess we'll live. You know,
Oh,
like-
how did they fit so many people in one fucking
and
helicopter?
I think that's what made it so difficult for the cast, because you had the old cast were running their own plot. You know, they're doing that basically. They're separate and they're running their own sort of story, which is, you know, Ian Malcolm, Ellie Sattler, no.
Ellie Sattler, Alan
Ellie-
Grant,
Ellie-
Ian
Alan
Malcolm.
Grant, Ian Malcolm doing that with like on one side, and then you've got, you know, the new ones, which are Chris and
Owen,
redhead who
Claire, and Maisie.
oh yeah,
Oh,
perfectly
good, yeah.
memorable people who are doing their own thing, just and Blue and
Blue. Oh, and Blue's baby.
I'll get
Blue's
it.
baby.
I'll get
But
into
also,
that.
was Blue a bit shit in the animation in the first part?
Yeah, Blue's animation is shit, and I was just kind of like,
was like-
oh my god, has Disney just sort of started a crack on a thing? And now I was like, franchise babies, do up. It's like, oh no, we don't know what we're doing. We'll throw a baby something in there.
Yeah.
Yay, baby raptor.
Yeah.
I mean,
I want to
it
see
works.
Blue's baby, Grogu.
Baby Leia.
Oh, yeah, Baby Leia team up
Yep,
movie.
yep, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, all of the baby characters.
Yes.
And they can catch up with the Muppet babies, who will then explain to them that, you know, the trick to longevity is to not stop being babies.
I'm
You
surprised
have
that I
to
haven't
be
seen
babies forever.
a baby Blue backpack yet, just coming out with
Just the one on the shoulder.
Yeah, the price tag of it. Yeah, I know. See, like already, Joe, you've fallen for the marketing vibe.
Oh,
You're
yeah,
like, oh my
yeah.
god, I want one. It's like, oh no, that's not what you're
Yep.
supposed to do.
Yeah. Where are the toys? I haven't seen the toys yet.
Oh, they're all out there. They're all out there somewhere.
I'm going
and you
to
know what?
Target this weekend.
Yeah, good, because I'm pretty sure they're clogging shelves at the moment
Aw.
as kids everywhere go, dinosaurs aren't that cool.
They've got a cool face mask, which makes you look like a dinosaur, which I thought was pretty cool. But like, I have a big adult
I'd
face.
wear that
and
on the train.
It doesn't. It doesn't fit in there, so I was like 0 stars.
Oh, yes, and socks from
Oh,
Lightyear.
socks. MVP
Yes.
of that movie.
Absolutely. The thing that bugs me about, and this is an intentional joke as well, you've got an entire series, 6 films that are all about the danger of dinosaurs and the threat of having ancient creatures that are interacting with you in the modern setting. And the MacGuffin, the entire fucking plot point that carries half of this film along is literally just dumbass bugs. I fucking could not believe that was what they'd chosen to hang the film on.
Yeah.
Locusts.
Flaming locusts.
Flaming
Now serving at Outback Steakhouse, the flaming
The
locust.
flaming locust.
But okay, we'll get to that kind of thing. I think we'll get into the spoilery section.
Well, I mean, yes, feel free, but that's not exactly a spoiler. That's the plot of the
well, I know,
film.
but you don't. It's not in the trailers.
Oh, isn't it?
No.
Yeah, you
Sorry.
can't really like push a movie on like locusts.
I mean, you're going to see a dinosaur movie, and you get in there, and suddenly it's like the whole film is about locusts, and you're like, what?
like, wait, I didn't pay for this movie.
Yeah, it's
Can't
like
get
going to
out. They've
see-
locked the doors.
It's like going to see episode 1, and they're like, the taxation of the trade route system. You're like, what?
Like,
What? No. What the fuck is going on?
Where are my
Taxation?
Jedi?
Oh no. Oh dear.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
It's-
Yes.
And I get so annoyed at that because it feels like such a bait and switch. But then again, at the same time, they're clearly struggling to work out what the fuck to do. Is it
Yeah.
about clones? I don't know. Is it about dinosaurs in the real world? I don't know.
No,
About
it's
GMO crops and
Yeah.
evil science.
the only thing that
Yep.
can stop you that can save you from Nazi super science is Nazi super scientists.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
And whatever this world's version of Apple is.
Oh, that dude was such the Steve Jobs of like evil science.
I was going to call him Tim Cooked.
Yeah.
Oh.
Zing.
I'd forgotten he was even actually he was in the old films. I was like,
Oh, was it?
oh,
What?
yes. He was a
Shit.
character in the original Jurassic Park, I think, or the second one of the two.
Wow.
But
Fucking unforgettable.
I know, right?
What I love about it though is that every single company or corporation that takes on like dinosaurs is just terrible and fucked and ends up going out of business. Like it's kind of like, would you not think as a corporation after decades of bad shit happening to corporations to try and make profits off dinosaurs, you'd just be like, actually, we don't need dinosaurs. Like I'm not going to invest in that.
Yeah.
The only
Not when you have fucking BD Wong chained to a desk in your basement. Like you don't need the dinosaurs.
No. Oh, God.
We'll
come back to him too.
Oh God, I can't believe they just wheeled him out for another movie. And he looked tired too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He really looked like he didn't want to be there.
Nope. Yeah. And somebody has pointed out that the big bad guy in this is the one who was sending stuff to Dennis Nedry, and I was like, oh. See,
that's why he had the shaving canister, cream canister.
Yeah,
of course.
Is that why that was called back?
Yeah.
But at least his assistant had a conscience, and we'll get into that. Okay, sorry.
All
right. Ratings?
Rating.
How about then? I'll make it more palatable for this audience. And give me a baby rating. What's your baby rating? Baby rating.
Oh Jesus!
Come on, and to everybody in the chat, while we're thinking about it, make sure you whack some ratings in there as well. Do it at the out of 100.
Yeah, or if it's a baby rating out of 10, and we'll just multiply it up.
Must you? I don't want to do maths.
Come on, Quinny.
It's hard.
I'm gonna go 35.
Ooh.
Yeah,
fair.
And it's only getting 35 points for the meager dinosaur action that we got, and even the stuff that we did get was not great.
Yeah,
nothing new. I mean, there was no real. They tried to make dinosaurs new in another way.
Yeah, but these movies are my favorite genre, and that genre is dinosaurs fucking shit up, and I didn't get enough of it in this movie. So that's why I was so disappointed. Yeah. Because I just want to see carnage.
Yeah, and that's the thing. They promised us carnage because they presented a world full of dinosaurs where dinosaurs are fucking people up left, right, and center.
Yeah, I just want to see them going to town on people.
Except everyone you followed in this whole plot, no one gets fucked up.
Nah, everyone survives.
There is that's bullshit. That's one of the worst things about it is that like you feel like there is, in the other films there was peril. Like especially in the first one, you didn't know which of the characters was going to get eaten by a dinosaur. Yeah. Even in the first Jurassic World, there were people getting eaten by dinosaurs left, right, and center. In this one,
doesn't matter if you were good or bad, you got eaten.
Yeah. You remember the fucking PA who was helping the kids in Jurassic World?
Yes.
who not only gets picked up by a fucking pterosaur, but then gets eaten again by a giant fish, and you're like. Fuck.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Exactly. That's what we're here for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I mean, in these ones, it was just kind of like no one is going to die. And if they do die, they don't die in good way, like sort of fun ways. There was no fun death in this, except for the deer. The only satisfying death in this film was of a deer. And that makes me say...
Oh, that was kind of funny, but yeah.
It makes me say, oh dear. Oh. 25 out of 100. Anyway, Quinny, what's yours?
I said, Dion, yours was 25.
Yeah, it's fucking terrible. Like, I spent the whole time going, come on then, hit me. And then every single scene with people came in, I was like, and? Chris Pratt is bored. Bryce Dallas Howard is not, she's not there. She's not there.
She's mentally checked out.
She's thinking about what's going on in the next episode of something Star Wars she's directing.
The Clone Girl gave it all it was got, but she didn't have anything to work with. She had a very interesting story, but unfortunately suffered the fact that they never explored it. And then the rest of the old three that they sort of rolled out, everyone looks great, but holy shit, could you not even get a costume change for Laura Dern? It was like, oh, here's a reminiscent costume from the first film. Remember when she wore that one? And I'm like, yes. And?
Yeah.
She's also now
has she not updated her wardrobe in 30 years? Exactly.
And let's say nothing of Chris Pratt being able to pull down by himself an 8,000-pound dinosaur on horseback.
The physics in this movie
Also,
really fucking
this
pissed me
thing.
off.
What the fuck is this thing?
Oh yeah, if you put your hand out, you can stop a dinosaur. Doesn't matter who you are.
I mean, if we do this long enough, I'm pretty sure the system will put a hand up.
Yeah, it's bullet time for dinosaurs.
Maybe it's because they don't have depth perception, so they're just like, I'm not sure if it's touching me or not.
They're like a cat, you know, they just keep leaning back and back the more you reach out.
Then they roll on their back and go, pet me. And you're like, no, I've played this game before.
all that we know is that Chris Pratt, Owen, watched an awful lot of How to Train Your Dragon. Just put your hand out and eventually they put their nose on it.
Yeah.
And I was
give you a boop.
Yeah, and that's it. You're a dragon trainer.
What did it say? Someone did
I'm
point
going to
that
go
out.
Sorry?
Sorry, talking about that. Someone did point that out. Like, yeah, he may have had to raise 4 raptors from birth and train them every single day and basically have meal rewards to get them to understand what that hand meant. But suddenly, every single dinosaur knows exactly what that means.
Yeah.
Every
Telepathic
dinosaur.
connection.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to be slightly kinder. Not much. Like,
but why?
I'm going to go to 38. Look, I
dangerously
honestly
close to 40.
I was almost going to go 40, but then the longer we talk, the more I've hated it. But honestly, like, I watched it and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, that was.
That is kind of thing where you're watching like,
And I honestly, the big problem I had was straight away, I'm like, I don't remember anything about a fucking clone. What is this plot line? Why are we talking about fucking locusts? Oh, okay. But there was enough dinosaur-y bits in there that I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. Like when they brought back the raptor and you know, their explanation for it going, we actually managed to get ones that we had all of the DNA for. And they brought them back and they had the raptors and stuff with feathers. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool to see on screen.
That's a pyroraptor.
That's just a velociraptor. That's what
that's
velociraptors looked like.
No, that's a pyroraptor. They're different to velociraptors because I have Wikipedia open.
Okay. So yeah, little moments like that, I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting and cool. And I like that they're, you know, attempting to keep up with the modern science, which says, you know, most of them had feathers and they weren't, you know, the things like that we're thinking of, they're actually quite a different species.
Yeah, it's like, let's shoehorn them in to placate the scientists.
Exactly, yeah. The thing that shits me about it is I've been watching some of Prehistoric Planet on Apple TV, and that's fucking great. So that's David Attenborough doing, you know, a nature
pretending
documentary.
pretending to be Richard Attenborough.
Yes.
Let me understand one thing. There is still an Attenborough alive, and they couldn't get them into a Jurassic World movie. Come on.
Yeah.
Oh, but they killed off
Hammond.
Hammond in
he died
the last one.
Yeah, he died nicely in bed.
Yeah. Should have been eaten by a dinosaur. Would have been appropriate. But anyway. Yeah. So anyway, Prehistoric Planet, infinitely more entertaining and has a bunch more dinosaurs, but also has that kind of David Attenborough style nature doco thing. So you're kind of watching and going, fuck, this is actually really tense and enjoyable and stuff.
More enjoyable
watching this film. When you watch that.
When you remove the humans.
Yes.
I even love those old Walking with Dinosaurs series. That was great.
Yeah.
What was that other one? The Land Before Time.
No.
All right. Speaking of the actors before time, let's go and have a look at a clip of Ellie Sattler and Ian Grant getting back together again.
Alan Grant, Ian Malcolm.
Alan knows what they are anymore.
Steve.
But the reason I want to do this is because whatever the fuck is going on with Sam Neill's accent, I have no idea.
Bison bought
Oh dear, we can just keep going on and on about that, but that is fucking. Where is he coming from with that shit?
Yeah,
Like,
America via Ireland.
Yes.
Lots of different places.
Yes, Irish, Australian. Like in the first one,
yeah.
I distinctly remember he was just like, he's from New Zealand.
Yeah, yeah.
He's just not a fun
Yeah.
Kiwi. He's just a normal New Zealander doing an
What,
American
in the first
accent.
film?
Yeah, doing an American accent.
No,
but it
Sam
was-
Neill is a Kiwi.
Oh, yeah. No, I was like, what? Alan Grant's meant to be American. He does an American accent, but he's definitely a Kiwi doing an
And that
American
was
accent.
the most interesting scene in the entire film. So that gives you an idea of what the human actors look like. And the dinosaurs aren't much better because they just feel like they're plopped on the screen. It feels like that there is a palette brush. There's a palette brush in the edit suite of dinosaurs. And they're just
Clone.
dropping them in.
Clone.
Bloop,
Yeah.
bloop.
Yeah.
Okay, make this one
We-
do this. Okay.
Yeah.
Make
The-
this
the
one
clone tool.
The iguanodon in the caves, that was fun.
That was a little bit Harryhausen, which I kind of enjoyed. Because they moved
It's like we're getting
badly.
chased by Komodo dragons. Like,
Yeah,
run.
that was fucking stupid. It's like, oh, we have this transport ring that runs through an old amber mine. It's like, is the amber mine secured against dinosaurs? Oh no. Why would we need to do that? I don't know. Maybe because those dinosaurs might get on the track where the hyperloop is going around
Yeah, I was thinking
and
that. I
fuck
was
up
like,
your transport
Yeah.
system.
surely.
Why do we
the-
have a station stop like in the middle of nowhere where the iguanodons hang out?
Yeah, that very clearly feels like an actual. And why can you even open the doors in between stops?
Yes.
That's not how hyperloops work.
No. Hyperloop is a pressurized tube.
Yeah. Yes. If you open the door, you'd probably depressurize and your head might explode. Also, a big shout out to the frill necks.
Yeah, I don't remember what those ones were.
Dilophosaurus. I love the Dilophosauruses in the first film. And I was always kind of like, yeah, bring them back. They're cool.
Yeah,
They never did. So I'm glad they brought them back finally.
And
for
they
this one.
did.
I love that.
And they did it in full recall mode where
yeah.
he had the can of shaving cream,
Yep.
and I'm like, oh, he's gonna get done by the
He's gonna get
Dilophosaurus.
Except, why did they manage to mix that with WWE as Owen Grady with the Claw of Doom comes in to choke out a Dilophosaurus? Did you forget about it? Did everyone forget about that? The Dilophosaurus
Yeah,
was
it's just
coming
like-
in.
Sorry, that was a different bit, but yeah.
He's going to use his spit function, and then, in comes Wayne, like Wayne
It's
Grady.
Owen Grady with a
Grady
chair.
Just chokes out one and goes, fuck off. And the thing's like, oh shit, no, fuck off. No. It's like, oh, Jesus Christ. Just so that they could get like two people to then, try and figure out like, what are they talking about? Okay.
They have to climb up a thing to get into a habitat that then is not safe anyway.
One thing I want to ask about is they distinctly say that they've put two apex predators in one area. One of which is
Not just two, but fucking three.
one of which is the T-Rex. Okay?
Yes.
And that seems to be the continuous T-Rex that never seems
My
to die.
boy T-Rex was done dirty.
Yep. Abso-fucking-lutely.
I don't know, I kind
And
of
this
like
is-
the stabby bit, but we'll get to that.
Okay. Can we talk about Ricky Bobby the dinosaur?
My girl just came out of the salon, okay? She got her nails did. She ain't taking none of your giga whatever saurus bullshit.
I just don't know what to do with my hands.
I know she got the cataracts, but she okay. She know what she's doing.
Fuck.
You don't know me.
Yeah.
Charlize Theronosaurus.
She said, cash me outside. How about that?
Fuck.
was
Yeah.
It was
I
a
love
very
that character.
weird one. What the long nail dinosaur?
Yeah.
But I
What's
mean,
it
it took me a
called?
while
Someone
to work
please tell me what's it
I
called.
believe it's a Theronosaurus.
out. I
Oh,
think
okay.
Therizinosaurus, sorry.
Therizinosaurus?
Hmm.
Yeah.
No, a Theraminosaurus.
Yes.
Did have the ooky spooky vibes.
Like that was one of the few moments of actual tension where you were like this big fucking
Oof.
thing.
Fleeting.
It was very fleeting, and it was kind of like, and she's under the water. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm like, was it a trait of that dinosaur to be blind, or was this one just coincidentally
I
blind?
think this one was coincidentally blind,
Mm.
which is hilarious because it's just like,
yeah.
well, that's
Weird
just
move.
because of plot.
Yeah. That was a
And yeah,
flex.
there is a discussion to like think about this. Is like, is that T-Rex one of the ones we've seen before? Is it the one from the Jurassic World?
I didn't see
movie?
any scars on him. I don't know if it was
But
the
you see,
same
this
one.
is the thing. It's
'Cause
so
he was all
ropey.
scratched up.
You know, it's so kind of ropey. It's just like I'm not really sure. But also, you know,
And also, if it was the same T-Rex, that'd have some kind of feeling of like, hey, it's Buddy T-Rex back again.
yeah, Buddy
But if
T-Rex.
it's just a T-Rex, you're like,
yeah.
oh, yeah.
Okay, and here's the point, and this is one of the things I did say to Jill. At the point of the crux of the movie, when
Yes.
again the sanctuary that they're happily living on is on fire because, of course, they've made it go on fire through fucking stupid reasons. They have a
Burning bugs.
They-
Say
They
it.
set the bugs on fire and
Fucking
let them loose.
locust rain of fire.
Yes. Oh Jesus. But like they have this thing where they say, "Oh, we can herd them by using electrostimulation to the brain," and it's like, and people are like, "So you're just fucking low key tasering the dinosaurs to go where you want," and everyone's like, "Yeah," and I'm like, "Well, why don't you use that technology to stop them murdering people?" You could solve all of this thing. Like it's like, oh no, there's a giant like tyrannosaur that's coming towards me. Ah!
No, they shut the power off, remember? They only had the power for the Skynet thing.
Which also makes no fucking sense. Let's let it, the no-fly zone that is kind of a fly zone but isn't really a no-fly zone. I'm still not entirely sure
how did they stop
Like, doesn't
them
it have
from
to be on
flying out?
all the time?
Yeah.
Well,
Because then the pterodactyls are just flying out whenever they want.
How far can the pterodactyls fly?
Do you think it's
before they
kind of
hit it
like
and go back down?
one of those
Oh,
things where it is like a geocage where if it gets to a certain height, it just starts giving them a headache with that zappy thing in their brain, like, oh, fuck. And then, you know, they go back down again. But who fucking knows?
Yeah.
'Cause you don't
the chat is
care.
being very clear in saying it was the same T-Rex.
Okay.
Excellent.
I stand by that he was done dirty.
But was it the same
Same.
T-Rex from Jurassic Park: The Lost World when they were on Isla Nublar and there were two of them trying to rescue baby T-Rex?
Probably.
Remember, they've already done baby T-Rex. They've had a baby before. Baby T-Rex is in the second one.
Not as cute as Beta, though.
No.
No.
I'm referring to that one as Cuck now.
Oh.
Just for the... I'm sorry. Oh, dear. I liked some of the visuals. Like,
it's just like, now you just have to move on to what was good. What was good about? Oh fuck! I'm sorry. I feel so terrible to everyone. Sorry, I forgot to turn on the spoilers.
oh no!
Okay.
Oh no!
Oh no! I made a special one and everything.
No.
It's got a dinosaur on it.
Oh no!
Oh, they did the thing though. They made the poster with the T-Rex came across the circle.
Oh
Yep.
yeah, they did the marketing.
Dion and I
opportunity.
were like, we both nudged each other, like they did the thing.
Huzzah!
Look, Jill, they're doing a thing.
I had the same thought. I was looking at it going,
Yeah. There was a lot of those moments in this movie of like,
Exactly. In fact, I liked it so much, that's what I put on the Instagram, just to tell them that the show was happening. Thank you, T-Rex, for just walking directly into the large circular thing that is perfect for recreating our image. Thank you very much.
Cut back to one.
Yeah.
T-Rex backing up. Oh, did I hit my mark? Sorry. You know, it's like, oh god.
Man, the disappointing thing is, whilst there's a lot of CGI in this, there's also a lot of practical effects as well. Like Trevorrow was apparently very big on having practical dinosaurs around as much as possible.
Okay.
And
Great. Having practical dinosaurs as around is amazing. If only they had a plot.
yeah, yeah.
Or a decent
and that's
script.
the thing. I'm like, wouldn't it be nice if it was for a better film?
Yeah, I mean, you know, this is kind of, you know, I love that it looked great. Like it still looked really high quality, but unfortunately,
Sometimes
it's let down by the fact that it's just got too many things going. It's too much mashed in. Like everything's in there, and there's no.
Missy has just pointed out something that I remember I said when I was watching the movie.
Yes.
It had strong The Bubble vibes.
Fuck
If you
yes.
have watched The Bubble on Netflix, this was so Cliff Beast 6. Like, it's just not funny.
I actually have a feeling that the bubble was based around the production of this.
No.
Because this was one of the first films that went into production in COVID.
Oh,
So I've
right.
seen a behind the scenes on this one, and they were one of the first. Like, actually, it was Jeff Goldblum who was talking about it on Radio 5 Live, or no, on fucking Kermode and Mayo, and he was saying that we were in a bubble. We were in a filming bubble. We were one of the first ones doing it, and I'm like, oh shit, they made that whole film about this film.
Which makes sense because it is the 6th in the series, and
Yes.
they were making Cliff Beast 6 in that movie.
I'm pretty sure you're looking at all the same characters, just like she's an Instagram influencer. He's a Lothario who wants to bang whoever. I'm not saying that The Bubble is a good film, but I'm
It's
saying
a fucking hilarious movie.
I think
I
this
laughed
is
a bit.
but this is the perfect thing. You should you watch Jurassic World Dominion? Standalone, absolutely not. You will not get anything from it.
No.
If you're going to watch it and then watch The Bubble and then start putting 2 and 2 together and working out which are the characters, it's like, yes, bravo, watch that. That's fantastic. Like, now I'm just trying to think about, okay, who had the cocaine addiction?
Who didn't is probably
No
the other question.
spoilers, and
I gotta say, what can I tell you? I got another series on Disney Plus to do. Bye.
World according to me. Like that in context, I can recommend it to people. This as a bookend or the final Jurassic World is like, cool. Now don't touch dinosaur movies for a while and then reboot it eventually. Because you will.
Go back
will
to what
fucking
you do
reboot it.
best.
Well, they stopped
Dinosaurs
doing what they were
fucking
doing
shit
best
up.
after, like, a while. Like, the next thing we're going to see with this same kind of technology and ideation is the 2 Avatar sequels. And I'm even less enthralled to see them.
Christ.
Every time I see that trailer at the cinema, I'm like, ugh.
Yeah,
Why?
and Missy's just asking, she's asking the show, did it feel like they had finality? No, because there was no finality. It didn't end anything. It never explained what happened. It just happened. And all of the characters that we've gone with, no one dies, no one moves on. Like, it goes nowhere. It does nothing.
Really does go nowhere.
It doesn't bookend the series at all.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't suddenly feel like, okay, now all the dinosaurs are dead, or now we all have to live with dinosaurs. It still feels like, yeah, they could do another film. Nobody wants them to. but
Yeah,
they
I
could.
mean, BD Wong got off the island again, and he's out there with the full intention of like continuing his research. He's going to fuck it up all over again.
Yeah,
We know it. He's done it every film.
Yeah, but now he has a conscience because he almost
Does
killed
he,
the
though?
planet. No,
Well,
he doesn't.
Does he though?
Yeah,
And, like-
Adsky says it just went from one lackluster action piece to another, and yes, it did. It just kind of stumbled its way through a whole bunch of things where people went chomp and nearly got eaten.
You know what I
And then
kind of
the film
loved?
ends.
I
Just
kind of
wasn't
loved
exciting
the ultimate end sequence just between the Tim Cook character and his assistant slash. I was secretly hoping it was Malcolm's one of Malcolm's 5 children.
Yeah.
Kind of like character actor who were there, because we just had him like the Tim Cook one ranting and raving about starting again after his stuff's going down, and then it just had this other guy standing there saying nothing, just giving longing looks until Tim Cook kind of figures out like, oh wait, it was you did it, and he's like, yes, and the end of scene. It's just kind of like, this is just bullshit. Like, there's no villainous idea. Like, the villain in this is
Corporate
capitalism.
greed again.
Capitalism.
Yeah.
I suppose that if there's one good thing we can tell from the series of movies that come out over the last 10 to 20 years is like, capitalism bad, okay? Like 80s and 90s were saying corporations are bad, and now we're just down to the, hey, capitalism sucks, yo.
Mm-hmm.
Which is kind of the right message, because it's people are dying.
Yeah.
Anyway.
The thing that disappointed me as somebody who's seen, and I'm sorry, I'm going to say it again, the animated series. I actually had the look of that character, the sellout character, whose name I cannot for the life of me remember, and I'm going to look it up so I don't fuck it up. Where is he? Ramsey Cole. Mamadou Afi, the look of him is almost exactly like the lead character from the animated series. And I was like, that would have been really entertaining if this had been set a few years further down the track and it was actually like, no, I'm the guy that survived through this animated series and now I've been brought into the live action. Didn't happen. wasn't the case. And I was just like, okay, cool. Again. There's a lot of, fuck's sake, okay.
Yeah.
That's essentially this film all over. A whole bunch of,
Yeah.
Oh.
very disappointing.
Yeah, disappointing.
Very
disappointing,
There's a part
but
of me that was like, should I have watched Fallen Kingdom again leading into this?
No.
No, I didn't think so.
There's no need.
No, you only needed that now this mini doc at the start of the movie to give you your information dump.
Very handy. Thank you so much.
And also,
storytelling.
yeah, there was a whole bunch of like mini-sodes or mini ideas and plot lines that they did prior to this that they never reference in the fucking film. Or they reference like, oh, that happened off screen. And you're like, oh, cool, that was an interesting bit. Like, how did they catch the T-Rex?
Yeah.
No, it was running around and then we just...
Oh, that happened off screen, guys. Oh, good. Yeah, all good things happen off screen.
Yeah, the fun stuff.
Yeah, well, you shot the whole thing. Like, you literally
We wanted to
shot
see
it.
the Tiger King version of Jurassic Park.
Yeah, why couldn't we have had that? Why couldn't we have had like
That
someone?
would have been sick. Oh my God.
would have
Could you
been
imagine?
amazing.
There would be someone in Florida that's got all these illegal dinosaurs in a mini park
Fuck yeah.
and having like people that work there having limbs ripped off.
That is far more entertaining.
Right?
Holy shit. I would have watched that
Maybe
so
you could
much.
do that. Like if you were just to go back
Dino
and
King.
get the Tiger King and just CGI out all the tigers and put dinosaurs in. It'd
Yes!
be way more interesting. Oh, yeah,
Passing
well,
around the little babies.
babies. Oh.
And then people losing a hand as the baby takes
Yeah.
their hand off.
A
Fuck
kid.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Let's get a kid.
Yeah. I mean, there were so many interesting things. Like even the prologues and stuff like that showed a more interesting world than what the film ended up being.
If the prologues were
That's so
okay, but the
sad.
film turned out to be a prolapse.
Oh, dear. Terrifying. I do recommend if you've got the time and you want to watch something good and dinosaur, go and watch the short film Battle at Big Rock. It's far more entertaining.
Okay.
Yeah, like it's just dinosaurs fucking shit up.
Cool.
Yeah,
You'll like
Jill, you're gonna love it.
Excellent.
So, well, that's about it for the tonight's show. Thanks everyone for
Yeah.
sticking around and having chat. I love seeing the chat go. I love when you've got your own little things talking about there and going on.
We're all
Like
having
there's
a
two
lovely
things
time.
like reading and trying to talk about stuff.
Very difficult.
But if you're like, if you're bored, come back on Friday where we get to talk about asthma.
asthma.
Yeah. Unscripted. There we go. We are going to talk about Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yes.
The 6-episode limited series that hasn't finished yet and had a little bit of a hiccup around episode 3 and then kind of went all right in episode 5.
We'll
and
talk
now I'm
about that on
waiting for
Friday.
episode 6. And then we'll also talk about that and how the HasLab's release of the Reaver lightsaber is terrible and
Got
they
that
need to
gonk handy?
rethink their line. Oh, sorry. Yeah, hang on.
They're making a spinning lightsaber.
Yeah.
No,
Does
the
it spin,
point
though?
is, it doesn't fucking spin. It is $500 American, so it's 1,000 Australian dollars roughly, of a lightsaber that does not fucking spin.
What's the point even?
Don't even, can't even. But I do want to say one thing quickly before we go. We move on to that. If you come back on Friday, we'll talk about Obi-Wan. I wanted to quickly talk about toys because you said you were talking about toys. Earlier. You might go out and do stuff, and specifically, only because I need to help Quinny out, if anyone is collecting Lego. We like Lego. And at the moment, Quinny's got one. It's one of the Muppet minifigs. Who do you need to complete your set, Quinny?
I only need 2. I need Kermit. I
the
found-
white whale.
Yes. Kermit be my white whale.
Kermit be my white whale.
There we go. So there we are. There's
Hey.
No, that's animal.
Animal. So yes, they're wonderful, they're beautiful, and I am currently missing Kermit and Fozzie.
Kermit and Fozzie, the two penultimate. But you have some to swap, don't you?
I do. I've got a whole bunch of them to swap. So if anyone is collecting these at the same time, and you just happen to have an extra Kermit and an extra Fozzie, I have a whole bunch of piggies and various other things to trade.
Yeah,
So,
they're like $5 in like a Kmart or a Big W or something like that. Like, yeah.
Yep.
If you do happen to have them, or you're trying to complete a set, we're there. Which brings me to something is like, does anyone want to talk about toys? Maybe we should do one about toys.
yeah,
and try and talk about like some of the stuff coming out because
like a Facebook group,
yeah,
or
something like
another
that.
show.
Would anyone be interested in that, or like a swap or something?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, we should have the periodic table buy swap sell.
Yeah, you're not gonna lie, we have thought about it.
Yeah, I thought about it. Yeah. Like, I mean, but no one wants to sit here and listen to me talk about my Star Wars toys for 3 hours.
No, but I think that there is some perhaps some enthusiasm for a toy stream.
Yeah.
You know, we've kind of vaguely touched on our toy collecting and stuff in the past, but we've never really formalized it. So maybe that's a thing we can talk about.
Yeah. I mean, or watch me put googly eyes on my Lego. That's all I'm saying.
Yes, I'm just looking around me at all of the things that I've got nearby that are easily to hand, and I'm like, ooh, Transformers, ooh, toys,
ooh,
yes.
Ooh, and you know, talk about the upcoming. Why are they making that HasLab's terrible lightsaber that doesn't work? Anyway, Friday. There's more gonking. I've got it there.
Okay, Predator Kangaroo also says, could we have a TPTO a Discord? And we're like, oh, maybe. I don't
Probably.
know. Yeah,
we're all pushing 40 or in our 40s. We don't know what Discord does.
Yes, well,
I use it for playing D&D, and that's it. I'm old.
Sure. I mean, I think we do have a TPT or a Discord somewhere. We just don't use it or like do stuff about it, but we could do those things. We also could do with a bit of a refresh around the place. I think it'd look, we could just spend a little bit more time gussing up the place. I think make it a little nicer. Maybe change some of the fonts. I don't know. Get a bit wild and crazy.
Also, I mean, there has been a bunch of people who have asked about whether or not we can have just a general spoiler or a general geek thread, because currently we have a Star Wars thread, a Marvel thread, and a DC thread, or groups. But is it, is there interest in having a general nerd thread? Because
we talked about it a while ago. I wanted to call it the shitposting group, but our producer did not like that idea.
No, she did not.
The shitposting group. Or here's a good thing too. Tell us where you are, and we will come to you. So, like, if you want a Discord thing, like we have Discord. I think I've still got it somewhere. Logging into it for reasons, but we're newer to this space, and we'll do it however we can to talk about you guys. Tell us what you want. Tell us what you want. We shall see what we can do.
I'm sorry, I'm looking at the chat, and everyone's like, general chat thread would be good.
General chat thread, okay. Meeting herd.
Yeah.
All right, okay.
I think the problem was we weren't going to get any traffic to our actual page if we only had chat groups.
This was discussed, but also it allows people to post their own stuff as opposed to us being the ones who post. So I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll
we'll
continue to discuss.
Yeah.
But
please like and subscribe to all of our pages.
Yes, and please, God, subscribe to the YouTube and stuff as well. Like, we're actually now at the point where we sometimes get more people watching the YouTube than we do watching the stream and stuff like that. So,
really,
if you're yes, and it's for random fucking episodes too. Let me tell you,
cool.
Like, yeah, there are some where there will be like a whole hundreds and hundreds of people who have watched it. There will be some where there's been 3.
Sure,
3.
Are they the ones that I'm on, Quinny? You can be honest.
No.
Yes, but the stream is fun because it's live and we don't know what's going to happen.
No, it's far more entertaining.
If you listen to this podcast, hey, don't forget to interact with us somehow. Send us an email, carrier pigeon.
We would love an email. I would love an email or a voicemail. All of these things would be lovely.
Text message.
Text message to whom?
MMS.
Please join our bulletin board server.
Our ICU.
IRC.
I can't remember what that fucking shit was.
I don't know.
MSN Messenger.
Oh wow!
Check out our MySpace. Oh, dear. Well, I mean, I think on the way to go out now, we should we go back to have a little listen to the nostalgic music that makes us all happy?
Yeah.
Yes,
Remind us of the good times.
Remind us of the good times, the better times. Songs that remind us of the good times.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh, beautiful.
Hits me right
God
there.
damn it.
They do move in herds.
John Williams is rolling in his future grave already.
Oh dear, yes. Thank you, everyone. Quinny, do we have any? We'll catch you Friday. And Quinny, do we have anyone going to raid? Anyone there you want to talk to?
That's a thing we should probably do.
Yeah,
isn't
should
it?
we just
Sorry.
pop over and say hi to someone?
Bajo. Shall we go and raid Bajo?
Ah, Bajo. Hello, Bajo.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone. We'll catch you all next time. Bye.
Yeah. Thanks, everybody. Let's go raiding.
I wanna live in a world full of heroes, not sit here counting zeros in a cubicle downtown. I wanna look out my window, see 'em flying, and swing across the horizon as I cheer 'em on so proud. Deep-powered girl keeps staring at her face, and call Colossus and have him teach me ways, and then we'd exercise. I'd be one of the guys. Martial arts from